Gnanananda Murti
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Gnanananda Giri Praptaya Shri Guru Pada Kamala Priyaya Cha Shri Shodasi Anugraha Sreshtaya Shri Niranjanananda Gurave Namaha Shri Niranjanananda Gurave Namaha Gurave Namaha.
Jnananandam Paramanandam Mannada Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagathguru Madatma Sarvabhudatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My Lord is the Lord of the universe. My Guru is the Guru of the whole world. My Self is the Self of all beings. Therefore, I prostrate to my Guru who has shown me this. God Almighty is one. Different religions, different belief systems, all lead towards that one. God is love, God is compassion, and all living beings have equal access to Him and are equal in His eyes. This is true Advaitam as preached by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Paramahamsa Parivrajaga Acharya Jagathguru Sri Gnanananda Giri Swamigal was and remains the embodiment of this truth. Many people, regardless of religion, flock to him for comfort, care and divine realization. His whole life as seen on the surface by mankind, for it is impossible to fully know about a jnani's life, is a testimony to this. With the absolute grace of his gurus, His Holiness Sathguru Sri Haridhos Giri Swamigal and His Holiness Sathguru Sri Namananda Giri Swamigal, His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal followed in these revered footsteps with unwavering determination, passion and sincerity. He worked and continues to work tirelessly and selflessly to uplift all parts and all aspects of society without discrimination in any form whatsoever. Among all means of liberation, devotion is supreme. To seek earnestly to know one's real nature, this is said to be devotion. Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Bhakti is the first step towards self-realization. Every puja, every ritual is for one to immerse oneself in search of the self and in return the divine. Without that single-minded focus, everything becomes a waste. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Gnanananda Giri Swamigal. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal is a strong proponent of bhakti and seva through nama sankirtanam and service to others. His Holiness did not just conduct and preside over rituals. He also created various modes of worship. For example, Jnana Jyoti and Unjal Sevai, where people and children from all walks of life, irrespective of caste, creed or status, were encouraged and welcomed to join in and cultivate their devotion to God without prejudice. He believes that Guru and God are for all living beings and practices that in every aspect of his life.
Aadi moolame Gurunathar.
Love and devotion, right conduct, and good action are important as methods of preparation for spiritual release. Sri Adi Shankaracharya. One who wants to see God must be patient, loving, tender of heart, practice charity, think high-minded thoughts, cease making disparaging remarks about others, be of loving service to the Guru, and give oneself to Atma Vichara. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Gnanananda Giri Swamigal. Today's technology and social media-driven world has no time for ancient traditions, the rich culture we as a society have inherited, or the benefits these bring to us. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal strongly advocates that it is important for each and every child to grow up knowing his or her roots, to be able to have a strong identity and the confidence to face an increasingly competitive and conflict-ridden global society we live in. His Holiness educates today's younger generation via a journey through the cultural and traditional values of Hinduism and their innumerable benefits to ensure they develop as well-rounded individuals through character building. Culture is not about wearing the right attire or giving credibility to bygone practices that are essentially forms of oppression. Culture is about being good human beings within ourselves, reflecting that in the society we reside in, and imparting that to all we come across our journey in life. As a stalwart proponent of reviving the Hindu culture and cultivating good character, His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal adhered to these principles steadfastly. In you, in me, and everywhere, there is but the one God. Give up your false and egoistic sense of separateness from other beings. Cultivate a sense of kinship, unity, and oneness with all. Give away your wealth in charity to those in need and who are poor. Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Loving all without prejudice, treating everyone equal, serving humans, plants, and animals with humility and selflessness, having steadfast and unwavering faith at all times, and holding patience in life. This is the one path of the real Parabrahman. For God is one, His forms many. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Gnanananda Giri Swamigal. Serving humanity is serving God. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal propagates this not just through words, but actions too. His Holiness champions equality in education and opportunities and promotes social welfare to uplift the lives of the poor and needy, to ensure that the importance of devotion in Hinduism does not get forgotten over time. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal established the Swami Haridhos Giri Scholarship at the world-famous and time-honoured University of Oxford's Centre for Hindu Studies. The scholarship to enable scholars from across the world to do research and study the bhakti traditions of Hinduism in depth is the first of its kind in Europe. It is an unassailable testimony to the grace of Sathgurunathar and the immense love His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal has for his Guru, His Holiness Sathguru Sri Haridhos Giri Swamigal. Man becomes truly human only when he tries to go beyond one's own self and serves others. His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal constantly says that serving others teaches us patience and humility, elevating our minds, hearts, and spirit. It makes our lives richer and fuller and is in fact a part of spiritual conditioning. On the penultimate day of an incredible journey, discovering long-hidden truths and proclaiming the true story of a Bala Yogi through his ascendancy on the spiritual ladder, today's video is to give a glimpse of what he truly stands for and the real essence of his teachings. Teachings that have already created momentum and change among the younger generation across the world. Our humble pranams to His Holiness Sathguru Sri Niranjanananda Giri Swamigal, who is the very Chaitanyam of that same Parabrahman, Jnananandam. Radhe Krishna.
Gnanananda